Hello dear children, good morning everyone. So in the previous class we have started the algorithm and flowchart. Algorithm and flowchart. So in the previous class we learned the basic about algorithm and flowchart. And today we are going to see some of the very important things today. So introducing the flowchart. A flowchart is a pictorial representation of steps of an algorithm used for solving a particular problem. So whenever, as I was telling before previous class, whenever we are going to do any task, we have to start and stop. Without starting any program, we cannot stop it, right? For any task, first we have to start. So that's what we are going to see here. So for everything, start and stop and the processing, everything, we have a diagram. When we do that flow chart, we must follow the diagram. Clear? So the diagram has the proper meaning. If you make wrong the diagram also, it is a completely mistake. Clear? So here we have a few diagrams that we will see, different boxes and their instruction functions. This diagram, it has start and stop. So this we use for starting also and as well as the ending, I mean stopping also. When we start any functions, any program, we start and then we stop it. Clear? That we use this diagram for both places. And so this is the meaning, it is used in the beginning and at the end of the window on the flowchart. It is used in the beginning and the end. Clear? And the second diagram, this diagram, this is used for, see here, this diagram is used for input, reading input and output. For reading input, we use the same diagram and as well as displaying the output. When it shows the result, we use the same diagram, right? So it is meaning it is used for accepting input or giving output of the program. As I said, right? Same thing. And the next one, processing. After getting the result, what we do? We process the input. After getting the input, what we do? We process. So this diagram, rectangular, this diagram is a processing box. Whenever we use this, whenever we process some inputs, we use this diagram. So we have example for that, we will see. Okay, processing box. It is used for writing the processing instructions and doing calculations. For writing instructions and as well as doing calculations, we use this box. Clear? And the next one, this is very important, dear children. All these diagrams are very important, and among this we use for decision and condition box. Whenever we do for it some decisions, I mean conditions, so we use it. We will say, I will show you the example. We have one more example, I will show you there. So this is used for taking conditions. If there is any condition in that programming, we use that diagram. Clear? It is used for checking or applying any conditions in the program. Okay? And these arrows are there, right arrow, left arrow, up arrow, down arrow. It shows the way, flow. It's called flow lines. This is called flow lines. These arrows are used to connect the various geometrical symbols in a flow chart. Flow lines show the directions in which the program is moving. So that is already know that in which way the program is going to move. Okay, and this is so new for you, right? Connectors. So if there is more flow lines, it will connect. Okay, if for example we have more junctions, right? It connects only one area. Okay, the same way we have a junction here. Maybe it's a connector. We say it as a connector here. And three more flows maybe join here, and it will give only one result. It will go only one result. That I will tell you where, right? These are used to connect one part of flow chart to another. Clear? Dear children, please learn all these diagrams. It's very important. It may come for your examination. It's very important. Okay, learn it. And as I was telling here, a process of making tea. See here, for all these things they used the diagram. Whatever I said, no, they used all the diagrams. They started for a making process. We have to start the process of making tea. They started, and then they take input. What is the input? take a pan, water, sugar, tea leaves and milk. This is input. They have taken it with this diagram. And after taking input, what they do? They process. This is a process box. Put the pan on the gas burner and pour water into it. It's a process. They make a process. Again do another process. Turn on the gas burner. It's a process. And afterwards add some tea leaves when water boils. It's a process box. See the box, the diagram. And then add some sugar and milk. It's a diagram again. It's a process box. After processing, take off the pan. Again it's another process. And strain in the cup and serve the hot tea. So we got the result. What is the task? Our task is to make a tea. Now the tea is ready, which means the output is ready. After finishing the output, what we supposed to do? We have to stop the work. We have to stop the work. See, we stop the same diagram, right? So here we have another one, same thing. When we do any calculations, calculate the sum, difference and product of two numbers. Same way they use it. What we supposed to do first? We have to start the processing, the calculation, and then input. They say two numbers. So read the input. Input two numbers A and B. We are reading two numbers. So it's a reading diagram it is. And the process. First one is sum. Sum is equal to A plus B. We got two numbers. Process and find the sum. We processed, and what they supposed to do? They have to show the result. So print sum. We show the result. And the next task is difference. So again process A minus B. After finding the answer, print the result. Okay. And again same. Then last one, product means multiplication. So process box. So they process the work and they show the result. So as they said, sum, difference and product. Three tasks are over. 1, 2, 3 results are over. Three processes are over, and we got three results. Print sum and print difference, print product. So three tasks is over. After finishing that, what we are supposed to do? We have started here the task, and we have to complete the task here. So we completed here, right? So dear children, that's what I say. The diagram is very important. Learn the diagram. Clear? So the next one is, as I was telling before, the condition box, everything is given here. Draw the flow chart to find the average, the greater number among the two numbers. Greater, smaller. You know already. Big number, smaller number. Minimum number, maximum number. Okay. See here. Start. We are going to start the process. Start. Okay. And we are reading the number A and B. We are getting the number from, it's an input. A number, A value and B value. We get it. So what is the task? It is greater number. We have to greater number. Is A is equal to B? You have to check whether A is equal to B or not. Clear? If this case, as I was telling, condition box. So this is a condition box. Decision taking box. It takes a decision here, whether it is right or wrong. Decision, not in lemma. Decision, yes or no. See here, A is equal to B. Simple. It's a condition box. It is. If A is equal to B, if the number given, both numbers are equal or not. If both are equal, yes, no. True or false? Okay? True or false? Yes or no. So if the condition is yes, it will go there. Both the numbers are equal, because if the condition is true, what are? So both are equal, we say. And then after finishing that, directly comes here and it stops. The work is over. The task is over. If not, no. If A is not equal to B, if both are not equal to B, if both are not equal, so what is, if the condition is false, it comes this side, left side, and we have one more condition here. We have one more condition this side. Is A greater than B? If A greater than B, again we have two more conditions here, yes or no. If it is yes, we are going to, it will print A is greater number, A is greater than B. A is greater than B. If not no, we say B is greater than B. So if it is over, it joins here, stop, and if it is no also, then it shows the result and stops. So sometimes what happen, here one is here, and here also one, and there also one. So we can join these 1, 2, 3, and we can use connector also here. Connected, then we can stop once. So this is another way. So this is another way of making a flow chart. Clear? So I have given some examples here. A is 10, 15. See, right? Now we are going to just end up this lesson. An algorithm is step-by-step procedure to solve any problem. As I was telling, algorithm is a step-by-step instruction to solve any problem in the computer, any problem in the computer. And an algorithm is written in simple language. It is not a very tough language. It is written in very simple language. Okay. A flow chart is a pictorial representation of the steps to solve any problem. If it is helpful analyzing the logical of a problem, it is very simple. As I was telling in the previous slide, it is very simple. It is. So picture the diagram it is given. So with that we can easily identify. Right. The next one, start stop box is used in the beginning and at the end of the flow chart. Whenever we start any program, we have to use same for start and stop, same diagram, and processing is only one diagram, and for condition is another diagram, and showing reading input and showing output, same diagram. So don't confuse with that, please be careful. Input, as I was telling, right here, input and output box is used for feeding input or getting output of the program. So both are same diagram, please be careful. Processing box used for writing the processing instructions and doing the calculations. Processing box, there we do the calculations. If you are going to learn programming in the computer science, so this is a very basic level. So you must learn all these diagrams and process everything, so that you can easily understand when you are going to start the programming languages. So please take some time to learn. Thank you, dear children.